You wonder what it's like to live in Hope, Idaho? Well, come on, I'll tell you all about it. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notifications bell so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. Our real estate team gets calls, texts, emails every single day from people like you trying to learn more about North Idaho. So if you're thinking about making that move right now, 12 months from now, or you're just tired of hearing me say that, give us a call, text, or email. Let's get that conversation started. I'm pretty partial to Hope. My in-laws live up here on the peninsula, so I've spent a lot of time up here and I just love it. I'm sitting in Owen Campground and Park right now, which is right at the corner of the peninsula, right next to the Beyond Hope RV Resort, which is also really cool. When I talk about Hope, I also include East Hope. There's a little bit of a difference there. Population is really just a few hundred people year round. I mean, it's obviously not a very big area. Lots of history here in Hope. It was an old rail town. There was a railroad station here. Obviously logging, things like that are big here, but now it's really a destination for recreation for a lot of people in the summertime. I mean, it's just like heaven on earth. The lake is crystal clear, beautiful. You've got rugged mountains all around you. It's stunning. It's beautiful. There's a few restaurants in town, so there's enough to do here, and certainly people live here year round. But like I said, it's really partial to me. I've spent many a winter and summer recreating up here and enjoying it. So we're going to drive around a bit today and kind of show you guys really what it looks like, because it is some of the most beautiful scenery in North Idaho, in my opinion. All right, we're just driving around the peninsula here in Hope right now. If you hike up that hill, there's a little trailhead right there. You can find the graves of Sam and Nina Owen, who Sam Owen's campground was named after. They were the first settlers in this area. Sam bought the entire peninsula for a $5 gold piece, if you can believe that. And they ran a farm out here for many, many years. And, obviously it's been sold off since. A lot of the area out here on the peninsula is a wildlife conservation area. So you get a ton of deer, turkeys, things like that running around out here because it is illegal to hunt them on that land. But, driving through here in the summertime, there's people everywhere walking around, riding bikes, kids having fun. It's just a really, really cool place. Kind of feels like a step back in time. Come down to Pearls here at Hope RV Resort or Beyond Hope, and you can get dinner down there. They've got a little shack serving breakfast burritos and things like that. And I don't know, it's like a step back in time. I love it out here. It's very, very peaceful and very beautiful place. Hope in general is it's up in Bonner County. We're probably an hour and a half to Coeur d'Alene and about 2 hours to the Spokane International Airport. The biggest city closest to here is going to be Sandpoint. That's about 25-30 minutes. That's where you'd find any big box stores, things like that, big grocery stores. Clark Fork's not far from here. We'll do a separate video on that, and that's got some things going on in it. It's a cool little town as well. So it feels pretty remote. It's a little bit of a sleepy town up here. Beautiful views, big lake. Plenty of recreation to do in the area, so definitely worth checking out.
North Idaho Arms is a proud sponsor of this podcast. North Idaho Arms is a locally owned full-service gun store in Post Falls, Idaho, founded under one guiding principle. They are unapologetically pro 2A. The owner, BZ, is a friend of ours and is a 2A rights absolutist. North Idaho Arms throws a flaming middle finger to all unconstitutional gun laws. Handguns, rifles, suppressors, magazines, ammo, complicated moves, estate transaction. BZ does it all. And yes, you can purchase some of these items if you're a Washington resident. Go see BZ at North Idaho Arms, Post Falls, Idaho.
All right, we are down here at Hope Marina. This is a cool spot. Obviously lots of boats out here. They've got a little floating restaurant right there. Beautiful area. This is kind of right in between the peninsula and East Hope, just for reference, right off of Highway 200. The weather up here in Hope, let's talk about that a little bit. It is slightly different than, say, Coeur d'Alene area. A little more precipitation. We get a little bit of the lake effect weather up here because Pend Oreille is such an enormous lake, and Hope sits right on the north end of it. So that keeps things slightly warmer and slightly more moist. So looking about average of 50 inches of precipitation a year. Snowfall's in the 60 inches. There are some pockets here, like where my in-laws live on the peninsula, that they just don't get a ton of snow right there, believe it or not. So it kind of varies quite a bit, but it's just a little bit different than the Coeur d'Alene area, like I mentioned. And there's Big Diesel, that's cool. Let's talk about crime too. So once again, Bonner County Sheriff's Office is the primary law enforcement in the area. as well as ISP, obviously patrolling the roadways. Bonner County Sheriff's Office does a great job. Crime is very low here in Hope, as you would expect. It's North Idaho. You know, you've got a lot of retirees that live here, so they're always out keeping an eye on things and keeping the, you know, property crimes to a minimum. So we appreciate that. Violent crime is very low as well. So crime is really a non-factor here in Hope. So don't let that be your deciding factor. All right, I think we're gonna go head up to East Hope here, jump up on the hill and show you what it looks like from up there. Beautiful views up there. Let's go check that out. Check out this little public park and boat launch. This is Pringle Park. It's right off Highway 200. It's very close to East Hope. We're probably in East Hope. We're just below the hill where all the houses sit. Just another nice feature across the way there. That is the Peninsula that we were on recently. And then obviously Lake Pend Oreille. Beautiful, beautiful area. So let's talk about schools in Hope. We've got Hope Elementary, and Hope Elementary is actually a pretty highly rated elementary school when you look at grade schools or niche.com. So they're doing something right there. That was rated really well, but obviously do your own research on that. The other thing I wanted to touch on, and this applies to all of these, you know, smaller little gem towns that we find in North Idaho, is something to keep in mind when you're thinking about moving here. It's always a good idea to have some type of employment figured out first. Hope has a lot of retirees, so maybe they don't need to worry about it. But if you're gonna uproot your family and move them here, figure out some type of employment before you do that, because there's not a lot of industry up here. You know, really, really small town. A couple of restaurants, a couple little things to do like that. The marina, maybe a lodge here or there. That's about it, other than commuting over to Sandpoint for work or all the way down to Coeur d'Alene. So that's something to keep in mind. The other big thing is, and the locals will want me to say this so they don't get mad at me, if you're thinking about moving here and your politics lean very far left, you probably won't like it, and you probably won't have the warmest welcome. This society exists because of the values of the community, and those values are more echoed in the Conservative Party than the current left-leaning party, if you catch what I mean. So keep that in mind. Not to say not a great place to visit and spend your money on vacation, but if you plan on living here and setting down roots, I would make sure that you lean in the same political direction of where you're coming. That's all. That's my advice. Let's head up the hill. All right, if you're looking for a quiet lakeside town in North Idaho, Hope might be the spot for you. There's a lot of cool places to live here. You can be up on the hill on the north side of town and have incredible views of the lake behind me. You can be out on the peninsula. You can get waterfront. You can have a smaller, more affordable home. There's a lot going on here for a very small town. So it might be right for you, might not sure. Drop me a comment about that. Shoot me an email if you're interested in talking to the team. And let's get that conversation started.